Hey guys! Today I'm going to talk to you about the new Netflix movie Gunpowder Milkshake. Now, this comes to Netflix this Friday, July 14th, and it has an amazing cast. I mean, of course, Karen Gillan is incredible, Lena Headey, also amazing, Angela Bassett, but then we have someone I've spoken to, and I have the interview up here, Chloe Coleman. Now, she's so talented. You might remember her from My Spy with Dave Bautista, and let me tell you, she really, really shines in this movie. So let's get into my spoiler-free review of Gunpowder Milkshake. But before we do, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. And then if you enjoy the content, you can go ahead and hit that notification bell. All right, let's talk about Gunpowder Milkshake.
Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
Just from the trailer, I was instantly like, what is this movie going to be? I'm so excited. I mean, it's action, it's girl power, and there is like way more blood and gore than I thought there was going to be, even after watching the trailer. And as someone who loves blood and gore, like, here for it. But also, I think for people who aren't a big fan of blood and gore, there's not too much of it. It's not in your face, but there's some awesome moments that kind of give that fan service to those of us who do love blood and gore. Now, this movie is basically all about Karen Gillan. Her mom, Lena Headey, left her when she was a little girl. Well, she was a teenager, and we do see this in the first like 5 minutes, right? And there's this big group called the Firm. These men who just send these women off to do their bidding when they need them to, have them do their dirty work for them, basically. And something happens that should not have happened, and it ends up that Karen Gillan's character, Sam, she ends up having to take care of this little girl, Emily, played by Chloe Coleman. And she hadn't seen her mom in like 15 years, so she ends up finding her mom, and that's basically what you see from the trailer, so that's all I'm really going to tell you of the plot. But what I will say about this movie is that it exceeded every single expectation that I had. The action is so amazing. The fight scenes, coupled with like the soundtrack that they chose. I mean, that soundtrack was amazing, and it made every fight so much better. Like, there were so many moments that I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, slow motion fights where you're just seeing, I mean, I don't want to give stuff away. I mean, you're just seeing like blood spattered when certain things happen, and just the way that it was handled was amazing. Every single fight scene just has an epic song to go along with it. Incredible cinematography. There's a lot of humor in this too. Like, there's some moments where I was just like cracking up, especially early on. And again, I really don't want to give spoilers. I don't want to ruin anything. But let me tell you, this movie is so good, but the cast is incredible. Absolutely amazing. Every single person in this just brings their A game, you know? Chloe Coleman is so good. Her chemistry with Karen and Lena is just amazing. I love the three of them together. But then we do see her with some other actors as well, and they all do so well playing off each other. I love like the female empowerment moments, and of course all of the books in the library, which if you watch the trailer, you know every book has like a weapon inside. They're all like female-centric books, which obviously is on purpose. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Gosh, there's so much, and they're not just like guns for weapons either. I mean, there's like a tomahawk, there's chains, like it's so good. It's so good and so entertaining. The lighting, there's one particular action scene that I'm thinking of. It's in a bowling alley, and of course, as you can see in the trailer and in the poster, Karen Gillan is wearing a bowling jacket. That entire scene is fantastic. It's one of those where you're watching and you're like, oh! I mean, I'm telling you, through this movie, through this fight scene, all these fight scenes, there was probably at least 10 moments, if not more, where I would go, oh! Like, out loud. And that's when you know you're like, this is insane. It's so good. It's hilarious. There's certain moments and stuff I don't want to talk about because I don't want to give it away. But I mean, just Karen is so good in this. I adore her as Nebula. And she's just so, I've met her several times. Super nice. Nicest human on the planet. And so I love seeing her in this and seeing her shine. But Chloe Coleman is also a major standout in this. She's really good. This girl is going places. Like I said, I mean, she's fantastic in My Spy, opposite Dave Bautista. If you've seen that movie, if you haven't, check it out. But seeing her in this too. Now she's been hanging out with the Guardians apparently, right? She's hanging out with Drax, now she's hanging out with Nebula, but she holds her own against them, and that says something. This girl is definitely going places, so you definitely want to keep your eyes on Chloe. But Lena's amazing in this. I mean, Angela's amazing in this. They're all amazing in this, and that's the thing, like, there's so much about this, from the costuming to the cinematography, the lighting, the soundtrack, the score, the fights, right? There's a lot of action and a lot of fights in this, but the plot is there too, and that's what I love. I mean, it's a heartwarming plot. Like, you know, it was tugging at my heartstrings at certain moments. It got a little teary at a few moments. The final shot is gorgeous. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I'm afraid I'm going to start spewing spoilers. So you guys, let me know what you think. Are you excited for Gunpowder Milkshake? Let me know down below in the comments. Again, it comes to Netflix this Friday, July 14th. Now, if by the time you got to this review, you've already seen Gunpowder Milkshake, let me know what you thought down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. You can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.